Okay, so now let's actually play these animations somewhere when the monster is dying and when the monster is killing us. So first we will create a custom event called show dev screen, because we will use custom events to display the dev screen and the end screen. And first of all, let's just get player controller. From our player controller, we will just change the input, set the input to UI only, because we want to interact with this UI. And now from this player controller, we can also just show mouse cursor, set it to true. Okay. And after setting this mouse cursor, what we can do is simply just get the animation. So show dev screen fade and play animation. Okay. Let's connect it here. And now after playing this animation, what we can do is we can get the dev screen and the end screen buttons, and we can just set their visibility to visible. Okay, so after that, let's go to our bookhead monster. And here, where we are killing the monster, let's just get the player reference, and from here we will get main UI reference, and from here we will just get the black screen fade animation, because we want to fade the screen. So let's just play animation, let's plug everything here, and don't forget the main UI reference to put it to the target. And now simply after displaying, after doing the black fade, we can just add a small delay of like 2 seconds. And after that, we can just get our play reference one more time. And here we will get our main UI reference again. So main UI ref, okay. And here we will just do this custom event show dev screen. So it will show on top of that black screen that was fading in right here. So now let's see if this actually works. When I press play, here is our monster, and if he kills me, you can see the black screen, and you can see the dev screen, and everything works very nice. Of course, these buttons are not done yet, because when we're hovering over them, they're not showing us anything. So that's something that we'll fix in a second. So restart button, and when it is hovered, we can just get the restart text, and from here we will set fonts. Okay, and here from this info, we need to not break, just make the select font info, and here we want to get font first, and from this font we can break the font info, and finally connect everything together and change the font to bold, and everything else should be plugged just like this. Okay, just like this. All right, let's just compile, and let's do the restart button on unhovered. So let's just move it here, copy everything, paste this right here, connect this, and now all we need to do is change this font back to normal. So we're done with our restart button. Let's take a look at our quit button. So when it's hovered, let's duplicate everything, and let's just change the text font to the bold one, and also don't forget about the text, so it'll be our quit text right here. All right, restart quit button on unhovered. We just copy all of that, put it right here, and change the font to normal. Okay, let's compile, save, and this should do the job. Now let's go back to our bookhead monster, because we're not done yet. And here, after we set the render opacity when the monster dies and all of that, what we want to do is we can just get a small delay of like half a second maybe. And after this delay, we will just get player reference and the main UI reference. And from this main UI reference, we can just call our custom event show not show dev screen, just show end screen, which we don't have yet. So to fix that, we can just go back to our WB main UI and quickly create this custom event. So here where we have this event for the restart button, uh, we will do pretty much the same thing. So let's create custom event first, custom event, and this will be show and screen. Okay, and let's just copy everything from there, connect it here, and all we need to do is just change the animation from dev screen fade to the end screen fade, and here dev screen we need to change that to the end screen. Okay, so now that everything is changed, we can go back to our bookhead monster, and here we can call that custom event. So show end screen. Okay, connect everything here, and now let's compile. Um, let's go back to our pentagram, make sure that this function is called right here, and this is from going from false, so it will be a little bit easier to test this, so we don't need to collect the pages every time. Let's see if this works. Let me burn the pages, wait for a couple of seconds, everything's happening, monsters screaming, monsters is dying, and here is our end. But it looks a little bit weird. I don't know why this text is a little bit too high, but the buttons are working fine. Let's see what we can do with this text. Back here in the main UI, let's just set its position to 150, and that should do the job. So now we can just add functionality for this button. So when the restart button is clicked, we want to restart. So let's move it somewhere here where we have some space. And what will happen when we press restart? That will be very simple. So first of all, we will do a branch because we want to know if the, for example, dev screen, if we'll just get a render opacity from the dev screen, if this is greater than 0, it means that we are in dev screen, and if it is not greater than 0, it means that we are in our end screen. So that is very important. So when this is true, we are in dev screen, and when this is false, we are in end screen. So what can we do now is very simple. We can just get dev screen fade, and we can play animation in reverse. And from false, we can just get the end screen fade and also play animation from reverse as well. Go plug it here. Okay. Compile, and now this should play the fade animation in reverse properly. So here we will just add a delay after this fade animation of something like 1 second, and after that we can finally do open level by object reference. So we will just reload this level, which is our level game. So we will just open this level again, so everything will load from the beginning. Then we can just get player controller, player controller right here, because we need to first of all enable input because we are disabling the input during the cutscene, and then we need to show mouse cursor, or first set input mode to game only. Okay, and now we can show mouse cursor. I mean, we don't want to show the mouse cursor, we want to set this to false, so we don't see the mouse cursor. And after that, we can go back to our button, our quit button. So when we quit the game, we want to get the black screen fade, and here we want to just play the animation, connect it here. Okay, let's here add a small delay of 1 second, and after this 1 second, we will open level by object reference, and this will be our level main menu. So when we quit, we will quit to the main menu, and then we can quit to our desktop. So here we can also get player controller, and we can also just set input mode, set input mode UI only, because this is all we need for our main menu. And of course, show um, show mouse cursor. All right, and let's set it to true. Compile and save. Now we can test things out. So when I burn pages, everything's happening. Monsters dying. And here's our end screen, and now it looks actually fine. Buttons are working as well. Okay, there's something weird with the fade animation for some reason. Let's see what we can do with this. So here, what's going on is that this animation is not playing on top of these buttons. So we can just create new black screen. Let's grab an image and put it here, anchor this to the entire screen. Let's reset the offsets and let's set it to be black. And by default, render opacity will be set to 0. And don't forget to make this a variable. And also we can name this something like final black screen. This will be displayed on top of everything. So now let's go to animations. Let's add animation called final black screen fade. And here we will just add this final black screen. We will change its render opacity and we will go from 0 to 1 during half a second. So now let's compile and let's go to graph, because here we now just need to change this animation from this to our final black screen fade. Compile, save, and that should do the job. So let's see if this actually helped. Let's go to level game, and now you can see when we kill the monster, he dies just like this. And now when I press, oh, one more thing, I forgot that we need to change the, go to designer, and we need to click on this final black screen, and we need to make sure that this is not hit testable, so we cannot interact with it. Now everything should work fine. So when I press quit, you can see this fade looks beautiful, and we quit to the main menu, and we can quit the game or play the game and do pretty much everything.